Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am here with today's Thankful for You video and layout creation. And today I am focusing on my sister. And I have these two pictures of her at the hospital visiting my new grandson, her great nephew. And I'm going to use Coco Vanilla's Heart and Home. I love this collection. I have such a hard time using it because I love it so much and I just don't want to use up the lovely papers and all the lovely this and that's in here. But I've got embellishments, enamel hearts and shapes. I've got a handful of papers, some scraps. So I'd like to get the scraps used. I've got my papers, my embellishments, my pictures, and an idea. So let's see how this goes. Okay, when I say I have an idea, I really don't. I want to get my pictures on a layout, and that's the idea. A lot of times, I don't have much more than that. And it's fine. Like, I don't try and stress too much about it unless it's like a really detailed layout that, like, geometric shapes and things need to be in certain places and stuff like that. I normally don't stress too much or pre-plan a whole lot. That's why I titled my YouTube channel Scrapping on the Fly, because I don't really plan. I just kind of go by the seat of my pants, really, is the best way to describe my crafting style. I love this paper. I'm grateful that there are two of each of the papers in this collection. And I do like the other side of it as well, but this stripe will probably be used again, whether on a full sheet like this or part of it. The backside's like a green polka dot. I think, yeah, no, gray, like a gray. So I will most likely use this beautiful rainbow stripe because it's just lovely. And then I have a whole full sheet of the wordy bits, as well as that green that I've used. So I try and use the papers that I already have like another one of, if it's not a scrap. So that wood grain is a scrap, but I do have a full sheet of that still. It's got like frames that you could cut out on the back, but I will probably just use the wood grain because it's a beautiful wood grain. I figured I'd use this up, and it's just shy of 6 inches, and my picture was printed as a 4x6, but it had like a little bit of a white on the top and bottom from where I wanted it to be the full picture, because it was taking like a strip off of the right side of the picture of my sister and my nephew. And nope, my sister and my grandson. The other picture is my sister and my nephew. So my original plan was to use both of these as like a 4x6, with trimming it down a smidge. But then I started looking, and this picture right here of my sister and my nephew from day 2 didn't need all of that extra stuff. Like, there was the base of the little bed that he's in, and there was like a bunch of wall space and ceiling. So I ended up cutting it down. I did double mat it with the green paper I matted the other picture, but then also with the wordy bit paper, because I didn't want that wordy bit to be a full strip across, because I really, really love this background paper, and I didn't want to cover any more of it up than I needed to, but still wanted to have like some layers. So I cut the 12-inch strip. I cut a 3.5 by 4.25, I think, or 4.5 piece, so that I could mat that smaller picture, and then use the rest of it to cut in half, like long ways, and put at the top and bottom. I probably could have gotten away with just one part of that and cut it again and had another strip left over, but I'm trying really hard to properly use my paper and not hoard. So I didn't. I was very proud of myself. I do love this little wordy bit. It says stuff like, I love us, home, family, love. Family gives you roots and wings. Good day, so happy together. The apple didn't fall far from the tree. Celebrating us, stuff like that. And it's obviously very family oriented. And of course, this girl right here is my older sister. And yes, I said older sister. She tried to tell somebody today and tries to tell people often that I'm older than her, and I am definitely not. People think we're twins. And depending on like what we're wearing or how our hair is styled, sometimes there are pictures where both of us are like, is that me? Like, not up close. Like, obviously up close we could tell who we are, but sometimes with its distance pictures, we definitely favor each other. There is no doubt we are related. And we haven't always looked so similar. It's been more in the last, I don't know, 15 plus 20, maybe 20 years as we've been like adults. Not that I will own up to really being an adult. That's really boring. But especially since we both work in the school district and see some of the same people, and they're like, oh, what are you doing, here and not at, the school I thought you worked at. And I'm like, oh, you're thinking I'm Stacy and I'm not. So it happens a lot since we've both been in the district. And I honestly have to tell you, it is really, really, funny, first of all, because until then, I mean, people confuse us at church all the time, but not on all the time. But it really is an honor because she is super, well, she's just super, first of all, but I adore her. She and I are really close. We're not together all the time. She's got a very busy life. She works in high school and has, two kids just like I do. Our kids are the same age, pretty much. And her daughter just moved to London. Oh my gosh. And her son plays football and is active and does all the things. And so she's a very busy person, plus with work and everything. They have 2 dogs, all the things. So, but honestly, do not know what I would do without her. She has been such a security blanket for me for really my whole life. She and I went through that phase when we were like in our early teens or, like 10 in that age bracket, where she didn't want me to be around because I just wanted to be just like her. Because she was always so fabulous and had like great friends and was super smart. And I just always wanted to be more like her. So maybe that's why I went into the school system. I don't know. But anyway, she is one of a kind, and I'm so grateful for her. We have a really close relationship now. We talk all the time. I don't want to say we talk all the time because we're not that kind of people. She's not the social butterfly that I used to be. But we do like to spend time together and do family things together. And I think I've just talked her into doing Christmas at her house, as in like all of us spend the night and everything. So I'm really excited about that. But anywho, so with my layout, I put down that title that says Stay Thankful. I added a bunch of little wordy bits. I've got on here Aunt Stacy and the little alphas that came with this. I got a little dates up at the top. I just added some little clusters of the flowers stuck with the same colors. And I love how they pull everything out. I put a little journaling card on here that's got the story about how on the first picture was day 1 when Apollo was born. And then the next day she came with my nephew, and I'll be doing pictures of him soon, holding the baby because it's super cute. But I love how this layout turned out. Of course, I love this collection, so it's hard for it to turn out poorly. But I finished it off with some enamel hearts and a little enamel dots. And that is it. I would love it if you'd give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and or my layout. Like I said, I am super thankful, very grateful for my sister. She is one of a kind, and I am grateful she's mine. I hope you'll come back and see me again really soon. Hope you have a great day, and I hope you get a chance today to do something you love with someone you love. Happy scrapping!